Hey y'all. Insight number 5. This carries right on from insight 4 about, there's all these signs happening, there's all these things going to happen, and yet actually it's a good thing. And you might think, what? How is it a good thing? Gosh, number 4, I'll explain it there. But verse 62, other than verse 64 talking about gathering, and 65 and 66 talking about gathering and like the New Jerusalem, but that's, gather in your stakes, gather your Zion, and we talked about that a couple of weeks ago too. So it all just works in together. But verse 62 says, "For verily I say unto you that great things await you." Oh, isn't that cool? Great things await you. You're like, what are they? When? When do they await me? Probably not in this life for me, I would say. But who knows, right? What are you going to call a great thing? I call a great thing the fact that I woke up this morning and the sun was out. I think that's a great thing. So I guess it depends what your great thing is. If your great thing is, becoming a famous singer, then, your great thing is a bit different to my great thing. So think about that too. But yeah, for really I say unto you that great things await you. Now these are great things from the Lord, so these are pretty cool. I know that great things have happened to me this last year. I'm really happy that the summer edition of Work and Wonder is out today, the collective from Work and Wonder. And I've got an article in there. I don't ever think I'd be a published writer. Ever. I gave that dream up like 30 years ago. And yet, I am. Came out today. It's real. And you know who I'm in there with? Emily Freeman. I know, right? And Tosiah Frame and Lauren Lemons. And they're amazing writers. And I'm part of this collective of just beautifulness that people pay money to read. It's pretty cool. I'm still kind of buzzing about it because I'm over in New Zealand and I probably won't get it for like another month. But those of you who have a subscription or can buy it in the States, you can probably see it in the next week or so. It'll take a little longer, but I've seen it online. Looks pretty cool. All right. But that was a great thing for me. It's a huge thing for me. I don't think that would ever happen. And it's not just a great thing, it's a miraculous thing. So it depends on your perspective. But remember, these are great things from the Lord. So these are really good things. And they're going to come. I've written in my scriptures here, which is probably the same as I've written. Oh, it isn't. Let's read that. It says, "Great things can be scary, yet we're blessed to see these things firsthand and witness and gather in and offer protection to others." We're blessed to do that because we know what's happening. We're educated, we're aware of it because remember, like the 10 versions like we just discussed, we're prepared and we're looking. So we know what's happening. When everyone else is freaking out at these calamities or freaking out at these things, we're like, yep, okay. And we're prepared. Oh my gosh, there's no toilet paper anywhere in the shops. I was like, it's alright, I got some. So just, yeah, those things. I mean, that goes back to a year ago, so, could happen again though. And overcome that desolating sickness, stand and create that holy place. So I was talking about that again. It's part of that whole thing, overcoming that desolating sickness, stand in that sacred sanctuary that you've created. But yeah, great things doesn't necessarily mean good things either. Great things can just be big events. But look at the gathering, look at what's next, and look at Jesus coming. That's what's going to happen. And these can happen every day. We talked that a couple of weeks ago. You can gather Zion just by showing up yourself. It's part of gathering Zion. But invite, be kind. There's so many things you can do. But there's so much to eagerly anticipate. And what great things are you looking forward to? I don't know. There's so many. And some of them I don't even know about. I know a lot of people look forward to before the gospel is restored. We read, as we've been reading in Saints and church history, that many of them were looking for the true church. That was the great thing they were looking, and that's happened, and they were very excited about that. I don't know. I'm a big rainbow watcher. I don't know. The great thing that I'm excited to this year is our temple reopening. That'll be cool. Looking forward to that. Went and picked up my new temple dress yesterday, so that's cool. So, that's the one I'm looking forward to. But what are you looking forward to? What great thing of this restored gospel are you looking forward to? I mean, I was really impressed and I love this. And they kind of kept it on the DL, but they've called women leaders for the area that you're in. So We don't just have a general release society, general young women's, general primary in Utah anymore. We have representatives in our countries, or in our, areas if you're a small country. I think that's kind of cool, and that's going to get better. That's very cool. So that was something that I didn't expect, but now that it's happened, totally awesome. So there's lots of great things. But yeah, truly do not fear, instead prepare. And do not fear, prepare. Do not fear, prepare. Do that. That's what I think anyway. And yeah, it can still get a little scary, and that doesn't mean that I don't stress and I don't worry, but it's a healthy amount of stress and worry. It's a healthy amount of concern. It's completely within the realms of sanity, concern, and just trying to prepare and trying to get what we need and think it over. And yeah, it can get a little overwhelming sometimes, and I take a break. But definitely don't fear. And for the most part, I don't, and prepare. And I definitely do that. So I encourage you to do that too, as best you can. Lots of advice out there on that. Lots of websites to help you wherever you're at, because different places will need different things. Different areas of the world are going to be short in different ways. So, like for ourselves here in Hamilton, New Zealand, we might not have drinking water, but there's definitely not going to be a shortage of water. It just won't be drinking water. So I've got some water purifying tablets, and I know how to clean that out. We also have stored water, but that's not the biggest concern. Our biggest concern would probably be medicines, because some of them come all the way from Europe. We might not be able to get those. So that kind of thing, I'm digressing again. Last quote is another one from Elder Uchtdorf, and I know I've doubled up again on Uchtdorf and Holland this week, but they're amazing and they say awesome stuff. So, he said, God will watch over and shepherd you during these times of uncertainty and fear. He knows you, he hears your pleas, he is faithful and dependable. He will fulfill his promises. So if you're out there and you're feeling overwhelmed by everything that's happening, keep in mind that this was prophesied, and that promises around your safety, around your well-being are being kept. Probably just not how you're thinking they are. Probably not how you're imagining or seeing it, but it is. You've got to look more internally. Look forward, look up, those kind of things. Those words. Yeah. All right. That's me for this week. Next week, 46 to 48, I believe. Let's just check that. 46 to 48. Yep. Seek earnestly the best gifts. Now, this one's really good, because a lot of people don't think they have talents, or they don't think they have gifts. It's like, yeah, you do. And you can seek them. You don't think you have any of them? You can pick one you want and go seek it. That's how it works. So we're going to talk about that next week. But thanks for joining me. Love you guys. So glad you joined me for this. And I pray that you've learned something this week, or just inspired some thoughts for you guys. All right. Have a good weekend. Mwah.